Tonight, shocking allegations of anti-semitic bullying towards two Jewish students at well-respected Melbourne schools. Special coverage this evening. Completely unacceptable. Treasurer and member for Kooyong Josh Frydenberg condemns the alleged reports after it's revealed one of the schools is in the Boroondara district.
Young children, as young as 5, are being attacked and abused because of their Jewishness is completely unacceptable in our civilised society.
Also tonight, exclusive car crash footage from the Western Highway. A frightening ordeal for a woman outside a Q petrol station. How dare you? Greta Thunberg's controversial speech dividing the internet. A house fire on Power Street. We're first with the vision. And Tiger Glory Richmond demolishes GWS at the MCG.
The Tigers are premiers for the 12th time in their history.
This is HMV Local News with Leonardo Puglisi. Good evening. Well, we begin with some major bullying allegations following images emerging of a Jewish boy actually kissing the shoes of his classmate at a well-respected Melbourne school. Another incident then alleged a student at a primary school in the Boroondara district was taunted by his classmates in the school's bathroom, and a warning: some viewers may find this story distressing. The Age newspaper reports a 5-year-old boy at a Boroondara primary school was taunted in the school's bathroom, up to the point where the school set up a temporary separate bathroom for the boy as a safety plan, but that allegedly failed on day 2. We stress these taunts were not confirmed by the Education Department, as they were not overheard by teachers. The other incident involved a Jewish child being forced to kiss his classmate's shoes, while others watched on vision of that, which was shared on social media. We will not show. The parents of the 5-year-old boy at the Boroondara school have told The Age that the school made an error of judgment by not treating the incident as anti-Semitic. Instead, they reportedly treated it as general bullying. Treasurer and member for Kooyong Josh Frydenberg spoke about the incidents.
Now, the reports today about young children, as young as 5, being attacked and abused because of their Jewishness is completely unacceptable in our civilised society. And everyone should know that story. It should be in our curriculums, it should be taught so that we cannot repeat any of these mistakes of the past.
Moving on, a fire has ripped through an abandoned building on Power Street in West Hawthorn, sparking a shutdown of nearby roads. HMV was the only news network on scene as the blaze was brought under control. An abandoned house burning. The smoke seen from rooftops across Hawthorn, with 8 fire engines on scene. Locals watched on as MFB crews entered the property, then exiting with smoke all over them. The decision was then made to attack the fire from above. The crews soon went from the side. Roads were blocked in all directions with a heavy police presence in the area. No one was inside at the time of the fire.
We can confirm that the arson squad is investigating and City Power is restoring power after it was cut to tackle this blaze.
Also tonight we have exclusive vision from the Western Highway after a car was allegedly clipped by a truck on the Western Highway, and while no one was injured, the driver told us it was a miracle he wasn't killed. We've removed the number plates from the 2 vehicles involved, but it's still very clear as to what happened. Witnesses say the truck allegedly did not see the car in another lane, clipping its left tail light and sending it into a spin, ending up on the side of the road. Police have not confirmed this. Witnesses stopped to help both drivers, who were reportedly in a state of shock. Authorities arrived on scene approximately 20 minutes after the original crash. It's unclear if any charges were laid, but many, including the car driver, have said it's a miracle he or anyone on the Western Highway wasn't injured or even killed in the crash. Another car crash now, this time in Kew, and a woman was left frightened after a Mustang went up a pole outside a service station. She was left with minor injuries after she allegedly lost control around a corner, and it was all captured on CCTV. A frightening ordeal. A woman goes up the wire of the pole outside a Kew service station in her brand new Mustang, left hanging after witnesses say she lost control. MFB crews helped her out and she was left with no major injuries as the car was removed. And she wasn't the only one having a bad day. 4 drivers were fined for using their phone to film the crash. A lucky escape there. Next we have major developing news as climate protesters shut down cities across the globe and a sinkhole scare in West Hawthorn. Across the Hawthorn district and its surrounding areas, you're watching HMV, your local station. Welcome back. Climate protesters have shut down major cities across the globe, with students and workers taking the day off to protest what some are calling the next mass extinction. Marching for action, thousands fill Melbourne CBD, demanding that more is done to tackle climate change. Around the globe, similar protests called for action to tackle global warming. 16-year-old environmentalist Greta Thunberg's speech at the UN has been one of the most controversial, with even world leaders commenting.
I shouldn't be up here. I should be back in school, on the other side of the ocean. Yet, you all come to us young people for hope. How dare you? The eyes of all future generations are upon you. And if you choose to fail us, I say we will never forgive you.
We're learning more tonight about the sinkhole scare that gripped the Melville Street community in West Hawthorn. It's believed the small hole had been there for more than one day. As we told you last time, the road was not blocked until the weekend, when the road was fixed, causing minor traffic disruption. Sports next, with a look at the AFL, VFL and VFLW Grand Finals. That's next in HMV Local News Season. For Fortnite, gaming and so much more, subscribe to Mr. Merritt, proud supporter of HMV. This program brought to you by Puglisi, trusted, reliable, experienced. Go to their website for more details. Leading the sport report tonight, the Tigers have won in an incredible AFL victory, demolishing the GWS Giants by 89 points to win the 12th premiership. As you'll see, the Tigers clearly had an upper hand in all the quarters, and it was a one-sided game for the majority of the last day in September. Richmond clearly had the upper hand in the odds going in their favour, but the first quarter was evenly matched, with both teams missing shots for goals, but Richmond gained control in the second, kicking 5 in a row. The third quarter was more or less the same, with the Tigers cruising to an 89-point victory. It was a dream debut for Marlon Pickett, kicking a goal in his first AFL game. Meanwhile, the Giants lost partly due to their inaccuracy, kicking 3 goals and 7 points for the game. Dustin Martin kicked 4 and won the Norm Smith medal. And in the VFLW and VFL Grand Finals, it was 2 very different games, with the Pies winning in the women's match and Richmond winning in the men's game. Collingwood and the Western Bulldogs began the day with a close first half in the VFLW Grand Final, with goals kicked at both ends of Icon Park, the Dogs within 5 points at half-time. But from there, Collingwood took control, kicking goal after goal, winning their first VFLW premiership following struggles in the AFLW and last year's VFLW season. Following that game, Richmond defeated Williamstown in the VFL Grand Final, with the Seagulls missing crucial goals as the Tigers won 58-55 in a 3-point thriller, and we couldn't leave out the Seagulls player who flipped the bird after a goal. We'll check your local weather forecast right after this very short break. See you then. Across the Hawthorn district and its surrounding areas, you're watching HMV, your local station. Come down to the Camberwell Market every Sunday for great buys and cheap products, antiques and collectibles, every Sunday in Camberwell. Across the Hawthorn district and its surrounding areas, you're watching HMV, your local station. Welcome back, let's check your local weather forecast for Hawthorn and Richmond. And that is HMV local news for this Sunday evening from our brand new studios. Just a reminder, there is no bulletin next week due to commitments, let's just say, involving Channel 10. We'll leave you on that note. From all of us here, I'm Leonardo Puglisi. Good night.